Well, thank you very much for coming tonight to see the last showing at the moment of Marilyn, the play that we've been doing here. My name is Chris Saber. I'm the writer, director and producer and box office usher. Okay. I do have to say a personal thanks tonight to Mr. Richmond Shepherd, who is hiding over there. The story is I got the chance to come to the Midtown Festival, and basically without Richmond I couldn't have done it. He did a huge casting. I came in on the Tuesday night, we auditioned Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we started rehearsals on the Monday, we did 3-week rehearsals and then opened the show. But we've had a lot of help from Richmond. We've had this as our base and it's been fantastic. It's a great theatre. I've probably forgotten all the notes he's given me, but I do remember them a bit, Richmond. Play mobile phones, if you make sure they're switched off, cameras and stuff like that. And just finally, I hope you enjoy our play. It's, my love affair with Marilyn started 20 years ago. I think she's an amazing woman. I think she's still not really given the appreciation that I think she deserves. Most of what you see tonight is her lines or stuff from her life, and it's the other side of Marilyn, and hopefully you'll enjoy it and end up loving her as much as I do. Thank you for coming.
Almost had enough, haven't you, honey?
Almost, but not quite.
Never stop fighting, though.
I want to know everything, that's why.
Do you think you have?
Not really, but at least I tried.
You haven't found much peace on Earth, have you?
No, but I feel I will soon.
Why do you say that?
Because I look forward to death too much. Death which will help me to sleep, and sleep which will take me back to the dreamland from which I was so rudely taken from.
By whom?
Norma Jean.
Norma Jean.
That's right. For it all began in a bedroom.
Mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all?
Who would you like it to be?
Why, me, of course, silly mirror. I want to be the fairest in all the land so I can do what I want, when I want, how I want.
I can make you fair.
Oh, please do.
Call for your twin.
My twin?
Everyone has a twin, Norma Jean. Go on. Call her.
And what's her name?
Marilyn.
Marilyn. What a stupid name.
Marilyn Monroe. Go on. Call her.
Okay.
Go on then.
that?
When, Norma Jean?
Why did you wake me? I was asleep.
Oh, God, you're so beautiful.
Am I?
And this is a part of me?
She's your twin.
Oh, I love her. I love her. I want to be her.
I can help you change places.
What'll happen then?
Marilyn will be in control. Whoever is on the outside of the mirror will lead the charge through life. The other will simply doze in the shadow.
I don't care. I don't care. I hate being Norma Jean and everyone hates me being Norma Jean. Can we swap? Mira, can we swap?
Oh, it will take a long time.
How long?
Months, years, maybe a lifetime.
I don't care. Marilyn, can you hear me?
I hear you.
What do you say?
I say let me sleep.
But I can't. You're far too beautiful. You should be alive and part of the real world.
I'm happy where I am.
Where's that?
Deep in the lost and dreamy world of the imagination. I live with the folk and legends of fairy tales. I like it here and I don't want to go. Leave me alone.
But I won't. I hate it here. I want what you have.
Norma Jean, where have you been? Where have you been?
I'm coming. I'm coming.
Norma Jean, where have you been? Where have you been?
I'm coming.
Get downstairs now. Your supper's getting cold. It won't stay warm just for you.
She expects me to worry about supper of all things. If only she knew where I'd really been, she'd realize how unimportant a thing like supper is. And where have you been, Miss Norma Jean? Well, I've been to Hollywood, Miss Bossy Pants, where I was busy living out the dreams that I've created here in the bedroom of this helpful, obliging child. To Hollywood. I was busy lighting up the cold winter night with my stardom before the makeup slipped off my face as it gave into the heat about me. And where have you been, Miss Norma Jean? I've been to Hollywood, where I was such a big star that everyone wanted to know everything but everything there was to know about me. From the moment I woke up to the moment I went to sleep, and where I told them anything but anything, just to give me a little peace, a blissful peace, once in a while. Where have I been? I've been to Hollywood, where I was chauffeured around by limousines and dined out by splendid candlelight, where they laughed with me at all my sweet jokes, my witty asides, my clever repartee.
But why did you go there?
So at night, the world could curl up safely in bed, saying, Marilyn, so pretty, so charming, so warm, so generous. Oh, what a love, what a darling she is.
And who was this Marilyn?
Marilyn was Norma Jean.
I don't see what you mean.
Not many people do, which is why they spend so much time trying to understand us. If only they could see that all we ever wanted was someone to love us with all their heart.
Norma Jean, I'm losing patience. Where have you been? Where on earth have you been?
Someone to love us with all their heart.
Oh, Marilyn Monroe, Miss Marilyn Monroe.
Where do you begin with Miss Marilyn Monroe, the great sex goddess of great Hollywood? Well, to begin with Marilyn, you've got to begin with Norma Jean. Because as much as you'll begin with her, you're bound to end with her as well. So who then was this waif called Norma Jean?
father, whose mother struggled living in asylums.
Norma Jean was a lovely, gifted girl. Because her father had gone and her mother was often ill, she spent most of her time in foster homes.
My childhood was awful. I was so alone. No one loved me. No one cared for me.
Like most of us, she grew up to feel unloved, unwanted, uncared for, and did what most of us do to get the attention and affection we know we deserve. She looked into a mirror, and she created someone from her imagination she felt for sure everyone would adore. And that someone was Marilyn. So vivid was the image created, so real the extension of Norma Jean's mind that Marilyn did, in fact, become real, such that everyone did fall in love with her. From that bedroom to Hollywood, a trail of dreams was born. And as these things attract their like, so did people float dreamily in and out of Marilyn's life, just as dreams do. Her husbands, Joe DiMaggio and Arthur Miller, her sometimes lover, Jack Kennedy, and his brother, her mentor, Paula Strasberg, and her husband, Lee, her director, John Huston, and of course, her makeup artist. So now be witness to Marilyn. She ends her days reflecting as ever with the person who made her reflection, her ever faithful and loving makeup artist. Hers is the story of struggle, the long monologue of pain, of how the price paid for her oh-so-strong desire to find her true character and develop it as she desired was dire loneliness and boredom. Her spirit came from far away and lit the earth briefly but intensely like a brilliant firefly. And although everyone made attempts to capture her, eventually she escaped and returned to her dreamland, leaving behind a halo of hope and goodness for all those that pray that justice will triumph, where injustice lies gloating. Marilyn, where have you been? Anyone else left hours ago? Are you all right?
Had a little chat with John Huston, and I needed a bit of time to think about what had been said.
Had another falling out then.
Falling out, fight, argument, total breakdown of communication between man and woman. I don't know. I honestly don't. I feel...
All right, sit down then. We'll clean you up.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, come here.
Oh. Oh, good. God, I always feel normal again when you take off that crap.
Normal again. You're always saying that.
Well, that's because I don't feel normal unless all the makeup's gone.
Marilyn Monroe, the sex goddess who craved normality. People won't believe it.
And is it such an outrageous concept? I'm not a living museum piece, an article to be bought or sold on whim. I'm not a statue that can only smile and flirt.
I love you, Marilyn. So, is anyone special tonight?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna disappear downtown.
Be careful, a woman alone looks cheap.
Oh, cheaper than I look already? Cheaper than the cheap lines and the cheap time I offer the world?
Yes, but you, Miss Marilyn Monroe, are not cheap.
No, I know. And I don't particularly feel cheap. Then again, I don't particularly feel anything at all. Which is a shame. I used to quite enjoy feelings. At least downtown I can disappear into the nothingness my life has become. Meet me, I'm Marilyn Monroe, the finest piece of meat in the abattoir. Meet me, want me, love me, love me. Find myself another man tonight. Is that so wrong? Or is that so right?
Don't talk like this, it upsets
Oh,
me.
come on, it upsets me too.
What, like Joe upset you?
Joe? Joe didn't upset me, just didn't understand me. You're not watching TV again, are you, Joe?
Yeah, why not?
Well, can't you talk to me for a change?
What do you want to talk about?
Anything, Joe, anything.
Except baseball and TV, huh?
Oh, well, there's more to life.
Like what, the movies?
Sure.
Movies are dirt. The sooner you stop doing the movies, the sooner you're going to make me a good wife.
That's not fair. I am trying to be a good wife.
But a good wife wouldn't show her legs off the way you do all the time, driving men nuts, driving men to lust after you. My wife, for Christ's sake.
There's no harm in it. It's just movies. It's just fun. Now, how about you turn off the set and we spend some time together?
You are nuts, you know
I
that?
am not nuts.
And I do love you.
Well, that's not enough.
Come on, what's that mean? That's not enough. Don't I make it where you're good?
Of course, it's great.
Okay, so?
I just want you to share my dreams and take care of the little girl inside
I
me.
can't take this right now.
Joe.
Surely you had some good times.
Yes, of course we did. Joe's biggest bat wasn't the one he used on the plane. You know what I mean. But if that's all it took, well, I guess we'd still be married. But at some point, you have to get out of bed and talk. That's when the problems started. Of course, I wanted to be a normal wife with kids and trips to the log cabins on weekends. Of course, I wanted that. Whenever I'd get close to that, which is what everyone around me told me I wanted, this madness inside me would swell and ask questions, always questions like, well, now that you're happy, Marilyn, what about the millions who aren't? What about the millions who are suffering because of your happiness? And this madness inside me would swell and demand that I do something by the way and the mean, to take away from the fat and the greedy, to give something back to the poor.
You did just that.
Did I? God, how could I? I was born in the heart of a system which my soul completely abhorred. Whenever I tried to change, they tried to change me, saying that I was mad.
Poor Marilyn. Things always work out for a while, and then...
And the crippling, the kick in the teeth, the getting up to simply fight again.
Again.
And again and again. For as long as I have the energy.
Take care, honey. I'll see you in the morning.
You know, I feel like I'm losing a piece of my mind each day. My brains are leaving me and I feel like I'm going mad, and I wouldn't want people to see me like that. Promise me if I go crazy, you'll take me away and hide me.
Sure.
Who am I? Norma Jean or Marilyn Monroe? Norma Jean, a happy-go-lucky girl with pigtails, polite curtsies, a sweet smile, who would one day grow up to a husband. Or Marilyn Monroe, confident temptress, sex symbol to millions. A woman of no pain, only pleasure. A friend, a lover. A haven for the aching desires of nobodies. Me as I see myself alone. Acutely sensitive, acutely live. Strong, weak, proud, and humble. Lost and found. Freed and bound.
Daryl, right? It's just very difficult to define exactly what it is. I mean, I don't believe that she is an actress in the traditional sense at all. Marilyn has something, a fine sensitivity for the fate of humanity, which is far greater than most people realize. In fact, anyone that thinks that this girl is simply another screen harlot is mad. She is unique and could possibly become one of the great American cinema stars of all time. I just hope and pray, Lee, I really do, that she survives long enough to free the strange, lovely talent that's wandering through her subconscious like a jailed spirit. As far as I can see, what she looks like is not who she really is, and what's going on inside is not what's going on outside, and that always means that there's something there to be worked with. It's almost as if she's waiting for a button to be pushed, and that once it's pushed, a door will open to a room brimming with all sorts of treasure. We'll just have to see if we could do it. It's 4:20, Lee. Should I tell her to come in? See you soon. Marilyn, won't you come in?
Okay, Paula.
Welcome to our actor studio, Marilyn.
Does that mean I passed?
If you are willing to learn, then we are willing to teach.
Thank you.
Please sit down. The craft of acting, which we discuss here, is an exhausting craft, and as such, needs to be constantly worked at. We will help you grow, but we can only do that if you apply yourself with vigor. Now, to most people, to lay people, acting is simple. As far as they're concerned, it's just a case of you move from here to here to here, and when you get here, you say your line, and this is how you say it. What's so difficult about that? What is all the fuss about? Unfortunately, they totally fail to understand the strain it takes to master the skill of creating a complete and total human being. Now, we will teach you because we feel you have talent, a strange talent, but talent nonetheless, and that is something we can deal with. In fact, your talent is like a fire, which is good. You're not electrical or mechanical, you have sparks, which every so often burst out to show your burning, ready to flare up at any moment.
Well, that must be why they call me hot stuff.
Not quite.
I'm sorry.
Look, it's okay, relax. You're not in Hollywood now. You don't need to demean yourself with us. We want to build up your self-confidence so you can conquer these terrible nerves that show up every time you start working. Try and understand this simple metaphor. In life, we cook meals. Now, not every meal can always be perfect. But if every time you cooked a meal that was less than perfect and your husband walked out to the restaurant, then cooking meals would become a nightmare. The same with acting. If every time you were less than great on the screen, your belief and concentration walk out on you, and you were going to end up a mess. We want to help you control your neuroses by finding out what it is and where it's coming from.
I don't know, maybe I'm an attention seeker. I remember when I was growing up, every time I'd be in Sunday school, I'd always get the urge to take off all my clothes whenever the hymns would start. I wanted to be naked before God.
You may well have just been feeling the warmth of rebellion against the coldness of religious conformity, and that's not such a bad thing. After all, that's why we act. It's an attempt to make the flesh be as warm as our imaginations are, to dance with the fire rather than stay cold on the edge. It's a deep desire within man that makes him want to create art.
It's just a shame that all my acting has always been associated with the madhouse of film. You know, Hollywood is the kind of place that'll offer you $1,000 for a kiss and 50 cents for your soul. I should know because I've been offered the first often enough, and my soul is not for sale at any cost.
Then why are you quoted as saying you spent a great deal of time on your knees?
Well, because it winds people up. Besides, it's not that important. It's not your soul. Actually, I think women should be treated more like men and get a notch in their belt every time they have sex with someone who don't get emotionally involved.
Cruel, harsh words from such a cool, pure lady. Well, you seem honest enough, Marilyn. We've got a lot of work to do yet.
I know, and I can do the work, Paula, I can. I really feel like things are finally starting to turn around for me.
Oh, well, what do you mean?
Well, now that I've been accepted by you, I can finally be a fine actress.
Yes. Yes, I'm so happy for you, Marilyn.
Thank you, Paula.
Welcome.
And Paula,
Yes,
can I tell you a secret?
I suppose.
I'm in love with Arthur Miller.
Oh, Marilyn, no. No.
Oh,
Focus on your career.
I am.
You can't take on Arthur's world and take care of you.
I can, I will.
Be careful, Marilyn.
I can handle it. Anyway, the first day I got there, I decided to go horseback riding in the mountains. Oh, Arthur, you should have seen it. It was absolutely gorgeous. The sun was shining, the air was clear, and I just rode on for miles and miles. Eventually, though, it started to get warm, so I took off my shirt to get a better tan. Well, there was no one else around, so I just thought, what the heck? But you see, the thing was, when I went to put it back on, I noticed that it must have slipped off somewhere in the woods. Arthur, I was so embarrassed. Can you imagine having to return to those stables with all those men there? I felt just like a lady to die for.
Does Marilyn Monroe have no shame?
None whatsoever. That's why I created her.
What was Norma Jean like?
She was nice.
All the time?
Sure,
Even when she got married at 16?
sure.
I just can't imagine you married so young.
My marriage to Jim was sort of a friendship with sexual privileges. Found out later in life that marriage isn't often anything more than that. I didn't even start sleeping around until Jim joined the circus, and that was only because I was so damn lonesome I needed some kind of company.
And then you got divorced and moved to Tinseltown?
Yeah. God, when I moved to Hollywood, I felt kind of like a widowed child. I looked at the streets with lonely eyes, and I just felt really alone, you know. And that was when it was the end of Norma Jean. I remember I moved into a room, and I thought I'm going to figure out exactly who I am, but you know, when I wrote in my diary, this is the end of Norma Jean, I blushed as if I was caught in a lie. See, Arthur, that sad, bitter girl hardly ever went very far from my heart, and even with all this success around, sometimes I feel her frightened eyes staring back at me through mine, saying I never lived and I was never loved, and I get confused and I wonder if it's me saying it.
I'll take care of both of you.
Arthur.
I'll go get us some drinks.
Okay. I'll have the usual things.
Hey, John.
Yeah?
Take care of Marilyn, will ya?
Enjoying the party?
Yes, I am. Thank
We got
you.
plenty to celebrate.
Oh, we do.
Movies are making more money than ever before. Hollywood's becoming the center of the world, and we are at the center of it.
Controlling it like gods, eh?
Mm-hmm. Why not?
Mm. Well, we could be doing it wrong.
Oh, how?
Well, we could be creating a culture that's based on money and greed and has nothing to do with art and its integrity.
Marilyn, our jobs are to make money.
Well, don't you want to be an artist?
Maybe if I knew what that meant.
Well, it's someone who truly expresses their feelings.
Can movies ever be art, Marilyn?
Well, they could if you wanted them to be, but it seems like you just couldn't be bothered. You sold your soul.
You're talking crap, Marilyn.
Oh, am I? Really? Is that why you dislike me so much? Mankind is where it is today because some people had guts, sheer guts to keep dreaming, and dreamers are They set the pace for the rise of man.
I got guts.
Yeah, well, you do have a little bit of guts there. But not really where it counts, John. Having guts is hanging on to something and never letting go of it, even when everyone around you is screaming, let go, let go.
You're waffling, Marilyn. Look, art is money. All right? The movies are money. Hell, life is money.
Well, life is actually for living, John.
Life is for living, but money pays for it. Let's just agree to disagree. All right? You're a success. The movies are a success. So we're a success. Just enjoy success. Stop dreaming so much.
Listen, when I stop dreaming, you stop eating, big boy.
You drive men crazy, Marilyn. I can't believe a guy like Joe managed to stay with you for more than 5 minutes.
Cancel that party we've been invited to Saturday night. You tell them we can't come now. You make some excuse. We're staying home and that's that.
Joe, can a girl talk to a stranger on the street without being accused of being promiscuous? What about all the girls that you talk to all the
You're
time?
missing the point. The trouble is you can't stop being Marilyn even for a moment.
And what's wrong with that?
It's
huh?
going to kill you.
Oh, please.
There just isn't any space left between you and the star. You are Marilyn and it's killing you. When you love to fool in the flower garden or go out and buy a lamp or a coffee pot in the store, and these are nothing but pleasing preparations for a life that you can't live for long without some new flight to the moon and some new film. Now, since your teens, you've been creating this relationship with the public. First imaginary, now it's reality. And it can't be torn from you without tearing flesh, your flesh.
Well, I can live with it, can you?
It's no fun being married to an electric light.
Okay, Joe, I'll try to do what pleases you.
I only get like this because I love you.
No, Joe. I'm sorry. Friends.
Yeah. Friends.
How about we go for a drive tomorrow, huh?
Sure.
Well, where are we gonna go?
I don't know, you tell me.
Well, can you think of somewhere?
I don't know. Movies?
Joe, give us a break.
Well, I don't know.
Well, how about we go to the beach?
What for? It's cold, there'll be no one there.
Exactly, we can be romantic, just the two of us.
We can also be cold.
Oh, Joe, can you try for a change?
Marilyn, I do try, it's just not me.
I know. I'm sorry.
Okay, we'll give it a try. Let's go to the beach.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
I don't know why everything has to change. I love you so much, but I find it so hard. I'm trying to work you out to being at school.
School. God, what a headache of infinitesimal nonsense.
Marilyn, just listen to me for a second, please.
Okay, sorry.
Marilyn, the worst thing in the world is to pour all your feelings into somebody and then having it disappear because then you got nothing left to fall back on. Except this huge numb gap which you try to fill with nicotine or alcohol or... I'm sorry, I don't mean to ramble.
No, I like it, honestly.
No, I haven't said too much.
No, tell me more.
There's nothing else to say. I'm sorry.
Liars, all of you men, big men. All you can do is kill everything around you to really live. Well, why don't you just kill yourselves and be happy? I pity you, I truly do.
All right, cut. That's fine, Marilyn.
Oh, do you think so?
Yep, okay, everybody, that's a day. Mike!
I'd like to film that scene again tomorrow, if I could. I want to slow it down a bit, because when you hate something that much, you slow it down and make it deliberate.
Right, but we just don't have the time, so. Mike!
I promised to get it right on the first take.
Marilyn, I'm sorry.
You know, sometimes I wonder why you bother making films at all. Huh? You're willing to sacrifice everything but your damn budget. How about you go for a touch of perfection in your films once in a while?
Well, I thought I did that by working with you. Look, Marilyn, everything's fine. All right, all I wanted to do was get that scene right, get it on film so we can finish on time for a change. That's done. I'm happy.
But I am not happy.
Sit. Sit, please. Now, what's wrong?
Well, I know I can do it better. I know some of those words need to be changed
Now,
too.
Marilyn, Arthur already told you.
I know. Concentrate on the damn lines. God, he's like my old school teacher sometimes.
Well, you did right.
So, I'm the one who has to act then. Jesus, I can't handle him waiting to pounce on me every time I drop a line. I'm not used to it, John. I hate it. I can't learn the lines. I need to learn the feelings. And that takes time. And every time I get it, you call for us to move on, and then it's over. I'm not a machine.
Marilyn, I know you're not a machine. But you are an actress, and an actress's job is to read the lines that the writer gives her.
But some of those lines are absolutely terrible. Listen, John. Arthur says he wrote The Misfits for me. Now, he could have written me anything, and this is what he comes up with. The story of some freako woman running around the desert screaming at men and horses. God, if that's the best he thinks I can do, then we have a problem. Clearly, I'm not right for him, and he's not right for me. We're incompatible.
Now, you're not being fair on him, Marilyn.
Oh, please.
Look, Arthur loves you with all his heart. God is the greatest living playwright in America, and he wrote a whole play just for you. It's got to count for something. It takes him a ridiculous amount of effort to put forth something like this, and it's not surprising he's grown tired of all the criticism you lay on him.
I'm not criticizing. I just wish he'd be alive to the possibilities. That's all. He's not willing to change the script as it moves along. He's not tired of me, John. He's tired of living. He won't fight the system anymore.
Marilyn, the system made you.
I know, and perhaps I regret it now.
Okay. You're in one of your moods,
Oh.
so I'm going to go, and we'll talk when you're better.
It's okay. Going to the bar with all the men.
Better company than you are, though.
Okay, see you tomorrow, John. Men who rule the world. Bastards. Oh, Arthur, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Well, I knew we needed a break from the Misfits, and I hoped you'd like it.
I do. I do. Maybe tonight we can just shut out the rest of the world and pretend we're the only two left alive. I can listen to your soft, intelligent voice, and you can guide my fidgety mind into issues about the world and its dilemmas.
You're perceptive enough, Marilyn. You don't need me like that. Besides, it's your mind, which you call fidgety, which is such a fascination for me. Marilyn, you're like a whirling light, all paradox and enticing mystery. Street tough one moment, the next you're lifted into a kind of lyrical and poetical sensitivity that few retain beyond early adolescence, in the realms of fantasy and beauty that are beyond the reach of ordinary folk.
Oh, God, honestly, Arthur.
No, honestly, Marilyn, it's your mind, which you call fidgety, that is the essence of everything about you. You, who are so incapable of condemning or even judging those who have damaged you. You who seem to see all men as little boys, children with immediate needs it's your place in nature to fulfill. You who spend all of your adult life standing aside, observing the game, and allowing those who come into your life to feel as if they moved into a kind of sanctifying light.
Stop it, Arthur. I'm very embarrassed. How about we get the fire started?
The electric will be quicker.
But the wood one's so much more cozy, don't you think?
I'll see what I can do. I don't seem to be having much luck with it, do I?
You know, some people think I'm a goddess who could start fires with her fingers. Isn't it terrible that people could think like that? Why do people need to worship idols so much?
Because an idol tells people exactly what to believe, whereas God presents them with choices they have to make for themselves. The difference is far from insignificant. Before an idol, men are dependent children, whereas before God, they're burdened with and yet at the same time liberated to participate in the decisions of endless creation.
Today in America, that idol is me, huh? So weird how things just take their course.
Yeah. You know, must admit, I've spent a lot of time wondering why it is that the impersonator of other humans, the movie star, is the most celebrated, envied, and best paid person in the whole country. And that the fabricated escape from the self has apparently become life's goal. This absurdity has many surfaces, and will continue as long as Western society continues to leave so many of its people spiritually alienated, and so empty of the joys of life and culture that they long for a superior will to control and direct their lives. This fascination with violence, the commercialization of sex by separating any feeling from it, the limitless need for entertainment, have all grown in a society that's lost.
Okay. Well, I understand the world and what you're talking about. And I do see the irony of my position as perpetrator of stupid myth, but I'm here now, so I'm just going to do what I can to be seen as someone who cares, who really cares about the improvement of humanity.
Yet you're fighting for respect in a world that's reducing you to a zero. You can hardly find a piece, a sentence in any piece written about you, even those written in praise, that is not condescending towards you. Don't keep trying so hard to change things on your own. This intensity you have for good will destroy you if you're not careful.
I can handle it.
Can you? Marilyn, look. I want to help you. That's why I'm here now. You don't have to keep fighting as hard as you have anymore.
I disagree. Someone has to show the way.
But you're not strong enough.
I am. I'm as strong as anybody.
But I love you enough to tell you that you're not.
Or maybe you're jealous enough to try and topple me from my position of power, huh? Power which you never achieved in all your time as a writer.
Can't you take the truth anymore?
Of course I can.
I don't think so. You're surrounded by sycophants who sense your desperation for reassurance, spend all their time offering you fruitless assurances to bolster you up, when in fact all they're really doing is heading you further and further away from the truth of who you really
and
are.
Who is that?
Hello?
It'll be the champagne I ordered.
I don't think there's a dry log anymore.
Well, maybe you should have been patient and started with the Kindle first.
Where should I put the bottle?
Just on the side table, thanks.
Oh, excuse me, miss. Are you Marilyn Monroe? Why, of course you are! I've seen all your pictures. I got all your postcards, all your newspaper clippings, everything. Would you sign this for me? Sure. Right, Too Fatty. That's my nickname since I was a kid. Too Fatty. Love, Marilyn. Gee whiz. Wait till the girls find out about this. Marilyn Monroe on my shift. Thank you, Marilyn.
Thank you for the champagne. God, what is it, Arthur?
It's as though you belong to her.
Ugh, doesn't mean anything.
Perhaps. But Which made me realize I need to teach myself how to lose you.
Why?
Because I can't help you anymore. And that was the main reason that united us. I have joyously accepted the role you've long been fashioning for someone who would save you. But so far, I haven't been able to make that happen. And in the void that's opened up between those dreams and the reality, have sprung the worms of guilt. Guilt that each of us feels for having been naive and foolish enough to believe that we could help each other. When I met you, I wanted to save you from the crowds. But you handled them as easily and joyously as a minister moving through his congregation. So be it.
I don't want you to go on.
It just hurts me so to see you swallowed up by the madness that's bred in this society.
Okay, well, if you can't bear to be with me, I'll survive on my own.
But how, Marilyn? How? You cannot sustain forever this permanent rush of a crescendo just because it takes you safely through forgetfulness. The reaction's too much. I've seen it time and time again with you. When the wave disperses, you always turn cruelly against yourself, seeing yourself as worthless, the scum of the earth, and your violence will not let you sleep. And so, the pills and little suicides begin.
I'll dance till I can't hear the tune no more.
I know.
John is getting angry. You've got to get the damn filming right today. Otherwise, he may fire you. And if that happens, all the work we've put into you will be wasted. You'll be ruined. We'll be ruined, Marilyn.
I am trying, Paula, I really am. I can't do it. I mean, I wish John would direct me and help me do something.
He says he's got a film to make.
Well, what's a film without a story?
He doesn't look at it like that.
I know.
You're becoming too intense, Marilyn.
Why? Because I aim for perfection?
Yes. Yes.
Well, maybe this intensity is killing me. It won't let me sleep, it won't let me rest. Maybe it's taking its toll.
You've gone too far this time, striving for the edge of perfection. Calm down, and try to salvage something of this film. All is not yet lost.
I am ill with tiredness.
Marilyn will talk about this later, but you've got to get onto that film set now!
Okay, Paula. I'll do what you say.
Good. Good. I'll see you on the set.
Poor Marilyn.
Poor Marilyn.
Well, I'm always here if you need to talk.
I know.
Just wish I could help you sleep.
Sleep. Oh, where are you, sleep? What is your secret?
Do the pills help you sleep?
No.
They just make it possible to keep going.
To where and for why? Is life such a lie? Who knows? Come, let's play with my face for a
Ooh,
while.
yes. How about some lipstick?
Oh!
We'll
jump on.
I will jump right in there, I think is what I'll do. Root your lips for the lipstick. They're bright red as always. Yes, beautiful. Oh! You're gorgeous. Oh, how about some blush?
I love
Because
blush.
you're so damn shy.
I'm so shy.
You're so shy. Show me shy. Ooh, scary. Here, and one cheek, beautiful, and two cheeks.
Ooh.
Oh, you're gorgeous.
And you?
For me. That's not my cheek. Those are my cheeks. Oh, you're getting fresh now. What have you done with your eyebrows?
I haven't done a
You
thing.
plucked them dry. You gotta fill them in. This is the left one.
Oh, yes,
And
it is.
this is the right one.
Oh.
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful.
And one last finishing touch. Boop! And who do we have?
We have-
Ladies and gentlemen,
Silence, please.
Miss Marilyn Monroe. drip that drives the fellas crazy, the sex bomb waiting to explode inside your dreams, the bringer of total happiness and peace.
Well, that's me.
She's quite a creation, isn't she?
She is. Almost like a clown.
Almost a freak.
Almost, but she's loved like movie stars used to be with their masks and their makeup.
True.
Except she's wearing her makeup all the time. 24 hours a day, morning, noon, and dusk.
Marilyn, you must hurry.
Hey, Paula, I'm almost ready.
3 hours before.
Okay, Paula, fuck off! Please! Please!
Marilyn.
Fuck off! Hi, Lisa.
All right, Marilyn.
Can you believe that I'm here tonight as a guest of the President of the United States of America?
Of course I can. You're Marilyn Monroe. This is one of the biggest fundraising events of the year, and your presence here has certainly swelled the coffers.
Oh, what is that?
This is Laser Kennedy Security. Go ahead. Laser Kennedy Security. Go ahead. This is a secure line. Whoever is on this, you need to get... Oh, yes, Mr. President. Uh-huh. Oh, yes, she's right here. Sure. Over and out, sir.
Who's that?
That was Jen.
You're so good to me.
Beneath my hard exterior lies a heart of stone.
Sure thing. Hey, have you got that little present for me? Oh, thank you very much, Mr. Laser. Hello, Jack.
Hello, Marilyn. I can't stay long. People will miss me.
Oh, well, thank you for taking the time to see me. It's always nice to spend special evenings with special people. So, mind if I hold your hand?
Of course not.
You're alone on our secret beach.
What's wrong with these grounds here? They're not beautiful?
They don't have the same isolation and loneliness.
We're together. That's enough for me.
You know, it's nights like this I feel like I'm in the presence of the ancients themselves. And all the little problems I suffered in life seem to disappear.
You cry, Mary?
Is this a dream come true?
What dream?
The one I've always had.
Dream of fame, achievement.
Something like that. Hey, you a happy man, Jack.
I am.
Can you make America happy, Jack?
I try my damnedest to make a difference.
I love you, Jack.
I love you too, Mary. I have to go.
Thank you, Jack.
All right, everybody, that's a wrap. We are done. Thank God we can all go home. Marilyn, that was your best picture yet.
You can lighten up now, Marilyn. The pressure's off.
I'm just very tired, is all.
The party's not till 8. You'll be all right.
Okay, I'll be there.
See you soon.
To have a good laugh, to have a good time, is that all there is to life? Perhaps it is. That's why you gotta supplement this life with drugs and alcohol and pills. you know what it's like to have never had a pa? When you were a boy and your father would lift you in the air and throw you, and that tremendous feeling when he would catch you safely in his arms again. I've never had that. I always hit the ground with a resounding thud. No safety net, no security at all. Then again, being knocked around makes you tough.
Never knocked you around. You just drove me crazy. I wanted to love you.
You weren't able to.
It's not man enough, huh?
Oh, you never got it, did you, Joe? That's why I completely gave you up.
You sure turned out to be a slob. I wanted a wife who was neat and tidy, someone to cook and clean, someone to look after me.
I tried, I really did.
But you were never house proud.
So what?
A woman shouldn't live like that.
And why not? Why condemn me so easily? You don't know what it's like. Working hard every day to try and be somebody, to try and prove yourself to the world. And all you want to do is strip off and sink into a bed, a dirty, smelly bed. Yours, only yours. Oh, Joe, you wouldn't know. Sorry, Joe. Poor Joe. Oh, you wouldn't, couldn't know.
Said Jack Kennedy knew you.
Jack. I thought he did once, but eventually he let me down too. Well, you work almost as hard as me.
Almost, but not quite, huh?
Why do you do the things you do, Jack?
I want to change the world.
From what to what?
From ignorance to understanding.
Please, can anybody do that?
Try. That's more than most will. You know, the world is full of people who know the mistakes, but they aren't prepared to correct them.
You know, in the olden days, I had been considered your mistress and accepted as such. The sanity behind the throne.
You and your crazy ideas, Marilyn.
Like what? Getting men to listen to women, Jack?
That old subject again.
Well, you're the one who fought a campaign on it.
I know, and I do try to get the law changed, but the Senate is full of men. And I am subject to my moral powers, not just my dreams.
Or mine. What about my position as wife, huh?
I can't marry you, Marilyn.
Why not?
My family won't allow it.
Oh, your family.
Look, they know what's right for the Kennedys, and marriage to you would not be advantageous.
Oh, but if you love me enough, they'll just give in.
Maybe.
So maybe there is a chance.
No, Marilyn, there isn't a chance because I don't love you enough.
What?
Nothing. I never promised to love you.
I thought you were going to help me achieve my final ambition, Jack.
What final ambition?
This nation to give me the respect I feel like I deserve.
Don't get frustrated, Marilyn. It's much harder for a woman to make it in this world than a man.
That's only because men make it so difficult. Huh?
You're a woman ahead of your time.
Actually, I'm a woman out of time.
Sorry.
Oh, well, don't worry, Jack. They all are.
shattered.
Hello, Norma Jean. It's nice to see you again.
It's nice to see you again. Sometimes I wonder if you forget about me.
Oh, I didn't mean to. I was just trying to escape our childhood despair.
The loneliness. The despair.
Do you think people know what it's like to be crippled by emotions? To drown in them until they slowly and painfully suffocate you?
And all you can do is survive. Hey, have another drink. Have a drive. Have a laugh. Have a good time. Just keep high so you don't get low.
To search and to be accepted. To struggle for answers that aren't worth asking. Feeling like a pinball whose only wish is to be shot out of the machine, but who is continuously shot back and forth to the excitement and the whims of the player, but to the frustration and anger of the pinball.
It's a world filled with hot air. A balloon floating around in nothingness that's so vulnerable, so helpless, that all it takes is a pin one day to prick it and bring it permanently down.
So good to see you again, Norma Jean.
Sure thing, Marilyn.
So, how old were you when you first had sex?
7.
Fuck me! How old was the man?
Younger.
Sex never really bothered you, did it?
No, it didn't. And that's because I didn't really understand it. There was no one there to tell me anything about it, so I never thought it was wrong or that it was very important. You know, I would lie awake at night and wonder what is sex and what is love. Had all these questions, like thousands of questions, but no one there to answer. And no one was ever there except Norma Jean.
Typical Gemini.
Jekyll and Hyde, 2 in 1.
But that's you, isn't it?
Oh God, I'm so many, it sometimes shocks me. Just wish I was me. Listening to them all drives me crazy.
You're not crazy, Marilyn.
No, I know. But I thought I was for a while until I discovered that some of the people I admired most were like me, and they were driven to a state of confusion by their worldly worries.
A state that you've always tried to escape from.
Like everybody does.
How?
Through a dream.
That dream was Marilyn, right, Norma Jean?
Yes. Her and acting were always my big secret. When I was living as Norma Jean, I would look at Marilyn as if I was in a prison and she was holding the sign saying, "This way out."
But you found her.
Sure.
Did you ever think you wouldn't?
No. When I would look out at the Hollywood night, I would think there must be 1,000 girls wishing to be a movie star just like me, but that doesn't matter because I'm dreaming the biggest.
But did Marilyn bring escape?
No. And that's the real tragedy. Hello, darling.
Hello, Marilyn. Have you been drinking?
Oh, just a little teeny bit. I'm just having some fun.
You know what? This is weird fun.
Oh.
There's a lot of important people here, and you're lurching around annoying them. I'm gonna have my men take you home.
I am the monster of Anthurst, whose only task is to bask in the glory of my master's story, who is from the age when all the rage is that of heroes and heroines.
I don't understand you,
Well,
Marilyn.
that's because you don't try to understand.
No, I am not that ignorant. All right? This mental sharpness you think that serves you so well pokes a lot of big holes in your common sense. And one of these days, it's going to trip you up.
Well, God lightly, fancifully sprinkles little rains of hope over the earth. I just hope that he doesn't separate us forever. Makes my stomach freeze and I weep all night.
Yeah, well, don't weep for me.
Why not?
Just don't.
Will you weep for me, Jack?
You'll be just fine. You're Marilyn Monroe.
Yes. Marilyn Monroe. Carry her like an albatross.
She made you famous.
Oh, fame is everything. Fame. Fame stirs envy.
If it isn't fame that you want, then what is it that you do want?
I want to have grace. I want to grow old and not get a facelift because that takes the life out of the face, and I'll be loyal to the face I made.
Amen.
Oh, my memories are fading. It seems like I'm looking to the past for answers to the present.
Goodbye, Marilyn.
Yes. Bye-bye, Jack. What will people make of me in the end?
Some will love you, and some will hate you. Mistress who yearned for monogamy, a woman with a crude profile, with a passion for culture, a brilliant performer, but a woman who masked emotions of her pain and her insecurity.
I only did it all to escape from Norma Jean's loneliness. But I became a celebrity who became a myth and ended up as lonely as before.
Norma Jean and
Miss
Marilyn Monroe.
Ended as they started, together.
And you changed sweet, innocent Norma Jean into a sex symbol.
And I hated it.
All of it.
Sex symbol is a thing. And I hate it being a thing.
Are you off then?
Yes. Mwah. Take care.
Are you going anywhere special
As
tonight?
a matter of fact, I am.
Hey.
Can't say.
Come on.
No, but I'm looking forward to it very much. Just hope it doesn't blur my legacy.
People will always love you, Marilyn.
What if those I fought managed to cloud out everything I stood for?
Don't worry about them anymore.
No, but I do.
It's a disease of the profession, but you are as near genius of any performer I've ever known. Pure cinema, unfathomable mystery.
That's what you say. What do my critics say?
You're a hopeless, self-indulgent actress, a weak-willed wimp who dressed up like a drag queen, a star whose teasing, titillating, feather-braided act on and off-screen degraded women.
That's not true.
I know.
What is the truth?
Truth. It's up for you to decide.
Hi. Hi, it's me. Yes. Yes. No, everything is fine. Yeah, I was actually calling because I wondered if you wanted to come over tonight and completely understand. No, everything is fine. Yeah, I love you. I love you. Hi. Oh, okay. Can I please just leave a message? Tell them that Marilyn phoned and that she loves them and she wants them to take care. Thank you. Hi. Hi, I'm just feeling a little bit drowsy. No, everything's fine. I actually wanted to know if you wanted to come around for some coffee. Oh, no, I understand.